Hey, what's going on, guys? So I'll be taking a look at the Oittm aluminum charging dock station for the Apple Watch and iPhone. This is what the product looks like once it is completely set up, and this is what the packaging looks like, as you can see here. It is pretty nice packaging. We just have a little slide out here that contains all of the parts, and this is the image of what it will look like when you're using it with your phone and the watch, of course. And on the back is some of the features, nothing too interesting there. And this is the space gray version, as in there is a different color. I believe there's silver as well. I'm not sure about rose gold. I would assume they have one for the three main colors of iPhones, but I'm not entirely sure about the gold and rose gold, but I believe there's a silver version as well. And so like I said, this is what the product looks like once it is completely set up. We have the Apple Watch charging puck inside of here, and then we have the lightning cable in here. I'm going to go ahead and open it in a second and show you what it's like, but yeah, this is the kind of image you're presented with when it is completely set up. On the back here, this is what the power cable goes into. It's a pretty standard little plug here, as you can see, just like this. And then it plugs into the back here, and then we do have 3 extra USB ports in case you want to charge an iPad or something like that, which is very nice to see here. So like I said, this is what it looks like once it is completely set up, but you will have to assemble it yourself. When you open the box, it actually looks more like this. And then you will have to take out all the individual pieces and set it up completely yourself. But once it is set up, again, it looks like this, and I'll show you a video of it being set up now. As you can see, we do have many different pieces, and it can be kind of difficult to get all the cables right and everything. However, after you set it up, you won't have to do anything else with it. It is completely set up, but you will want to use a lightning cable and a Apple Watch charger that you don't use frequently, because it's very difficult to take it out of this stand, which is one of the downsides, I think. So now that it is all set up, I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like inside. I don't think I'll be able to get it back on very easily. Alright, so as you can see, we do have the lightning cable being wrapped down here, and then we do have it kind of ideally going into a spiral, and it includes a little Velcro cable tie in case you want to really make it a perfect spiral, but it is very difficult to do, unfortunately. And then we do have the Apple Watch charging puck again, going down here with all of the cables and everything. There is really not much room for the cables, which so does make setup a little bit difficult, but if you have a shorter lightning cable or the really short Apple Watch cable, then it will be totally fine. Like, you can have a lot of extra space down here because the cables won't be taking up the space. But again, we do have this tiny little square box to fit all of the cables in this space here as the other components inside of it. But it would be very nice if this was free as well, so you could store other things in here. Maybe you want to hide something or whatever, or in general you have more space for your cables, which is very important as well. So setup is a little difficult, and then even once you have it set up, if it's not perfect, like this one's not perfect, and this cable is kind of going down, so as you can see, it's going to kind of clash with these other cables down here, which in general makes it kind of difficult to put this lid back on. But again, once you actually get it on, then you're done with it, and then you can just leave it as is. Another thing I think is the lightning cable and the Apple Watch cable will not be the same after coming back out of this thing, because they do kind of have to be twisted and clamped into very specific places and everything. So the lightning cable is kind of being bent at the bottom, and in general it's not great for your cables, but ideally if you're not moving them and everything and you just kind of want to dedicate the cables to this product, then it should be totally fine. What I think is very nice about it is that this stand here accommodates for cases very well. This little rubber piece here, which you saw me attach in the fast forwarded video, can be removed, so if you want to take it off, if you have a really bulky case, you can do that. But we do have a bunch of different sizes here, as you can see. They vary in thickness, so maybe if you don't have any case at all, you can put this one on here because it will add a lot of thickness, and so it does make it very accommodating for different phones and devices, which is nice to see. And this thing here also is very adjustable, so we can just unscrew this little screw here, and then it does move backwards and forwards and everything, which again accommodates for cases. If you have no case, then you can have it very close to the charger here, and then you can put on this little rubber pad so that the metal plate doesn't scratch your phone. But if you have a really bulky case, you can move it all the way back, and so it still accommodates for your phone, which is very nice to see. That's one of the problems I've had with docks, is that they don't work very well with cases, but this one has no problems whatsoever, which is nice. Once it is all set up and everything, as you can see here, I'll show you what it looks like when you're actually charging something. So you can put your Apple Watch on here just like that, and it sits very nicely. Ideally, if you have a circular band or something, it'll look a little cleaner. It looks kind of funny with this one on, but you can do something like that there, and then this one will be charging there very nicely. And it does have the alarm clock mode automatically put in because it's laying in the horizontal position, and so if it's sitting on your bedstand table or something, it will look very nice like this. And then to set up our iPhone, we simply plug it in on here like this. It can be difficult with the case still, but that's still much easier than I've had with other docks. So as you can see, you can simply put the phone and the Apple Watch on it, and it will be charging overnight, which is very nice to see. It does look kind of funny with the plus-sized iPhone here. I think it'd look a lot better with a smaller one because it's kind of massive in comparison to the dock, but it does still look very nice, and it is very convenient. I still think if you have a case, the dock is a little less convenient than just plugging your phone in. It's not like you can simply drop it onto the dock. However, with the watch charger, I think it's much better. It's kind of difficult if you just have the cable sitting somewhere, so you can simply put your watch on here, and again, it puts it into the horizontal position, so it does act as an alarm clock as well, which is very nice to see. So anyway, this has been my review of the Oittm aluminum charging dock station for the Apple Watch and iPhone. I think it is a very nice dock after it is all completely set up. However, I think the setup process is a little difficult. It shouldn't be too bad for most people, but in general, having to wrap all of the cables in a very specific manner and fit them into a very specific place and plug them into the two USBs in the bottom here is kind of annoying. It's not too bad, like I said, but it is kind of annoying and a little more difficult than other similar docks I have used. However, it is very nice that it accommodates space for both the iPhone and the Apple Watch, as well as the 3 charging ports on the back. So it is a very nice dock overall. Again, I think the setup process is a little difficult, but it is still very nice, and I think it's definitely worth the money. It will look very clean and nice on your bedside table. It's definitely a lot better than having simply an iPhone cable and a watch cable. You have them both accommodated into one little device that makes charging everything very easily. It is also very nice how on the back here we do have the 3 USBs, so in case you want to charge some extra devices, you have that option as well. And this thing just takes up one USB outlet, so it's very accommodating for that as well. So thank you guys very much for watching this review. If you enjoyed this video, then a like rating is always appreciated, and if you'd like to see more videos very similar to this one, then feel free to subscribe. This has been Jordan for Jolt Reviews. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next review.